2024. The time is 9:35 a.m. It is such an unbelievable, beautiful day outside that I'm about to start crying. Uh, if you are a keen viewer, you'll notice that I did not upload a Tio for April 4th, 2024. Um, this is uh, because I made the exact same mistake I told myself not to make, which is watch a movie too late. I have to go to bed at decent time because I was too exhausted to record. I woke up 5 minutes ago, and I'm still gonna go ahead and count this because I'll be recounting the events from April 4th, 2024. Then I'll go out and do some stuff today. Hopefully, squeeze in another movie to meet that quota and a bike ride, and talk about today's events. Hopefully, at a much more decent time to have it uploaded by today. Hope you could hear my dog barking in the background because I sure as hell can. Man, so not a lot of enthusiasm this morning. Um, let's see. Yesterday, I spent a good amount of time cleaning. Not cleaning very thoroughly. I cleaned a good bit, but not everywhere. I cleaned one area of my house. I'd like to get everywhere coming up here shortly, but maybe not until the afternoon. Um, let's see. I didn't get anything creatively accomplished, necessarily speaking, yesterday. No writing, no drawing, no animating, no nothing like that. Did, however, keep up on my promise of a bike ride and a movie. However, today was not a bike ride because by the time that I realized it was time for a bike ride, it was 7 o'clock, which means I would have only gotten in maybe 20 minutes of a bike ride, and I usually like to keep my bike rides about 40 to 50 minutes. Just because it's the route I like to go, the sites I like to see. I like to do it at sunset because it's not too bright, it's not too warm. It's not warm outside right now, but whenever I can, I'll start on 6:30 on the dot. That's when I like to do them. At least at this time of year. And the other time of year, it'll usually be about 4:30. When it gets dark at like 6. Actually, no, 5:30. Um, so instead, I just bounced at 7 o'clock ish, 7, 10 o'clock, and then I went on a short 10 to 20 minute walk, just a mile, nothing crazy. Um, actually, I think it was only 10 minutes, not 20 minutes. Um, when I came back, I was looking at what movie we would have to watch tonight to keep up on my promise of watching at least 4 movies a week and 60 movies in total. Uh, Everything that's on my shelf is still on the list. But last night I watched another movie that I've been meaning to watch for a while, and that was the Angry Birds movie. A bit of a weird pick, I know. This is because as a kid, the only thing that I enjoyed more than Ghostbusters was Angry Birds. I couldn't tell you what my infatuation with it was about. I could not tell you. Um, I think I just liked the theme song and the characters were easy to draw. And because it was a free app on my phone, I was able to fully absorb all of the content that was offered to me. And because of this, I think my brain just clicked with it. Um, which now that I'm thinking about it is probably the same reason why I like Ghostbusters. I own both the movies. Um, I could watch them easily at will, and I like the theme song. I think my love with Ghostbusters though is more of not guns, but like I like weird, bizarre uh, tech, sci-fi tech with a kind of mystery to it that's a little violent, and I liked that I like the way that movie did it, and sound design mainly. I don't think that tech would be nearly as cool if the sound design wasn't awesome. I'm a big siren and hissing guy, and power up sequence noise kind of fella. And as a kid, I think Ghostbusters just hit all those notes for me. Angry Birds, I think I just liked the theme song, and I think that was it. But But no, when the trailer for the movie had came out, I actually felt pretty sad because at that time I was just getting out of liking Angry Birds, and there was this amazing, fantastic looking trailer for an Angry Birds movie, and I was sad because I was just looking at it and not feeling anything. I guess I didn't care anymore. And God, that was 2016. Well, I must have been. I can't even remember how old I was, but I was old enough to know that that was a sad feeling. Um, However, gave it some time, about 8 years or so, no biggie. Came back to it. And my expectations for the movie was that it was going to be okay, and the sequel was going to be better, because that's all I hear about Angry Birds is, or for the movies at least, excuse me, is that the first one is kind of lame and the second one is surprisingly funny, and then that's it. Watch this movie, and I was incredibly surprised at how much of a great time it was. I wouldn't even call it just okay or fine. I'd actually call it pretty damn good. I would happily and gladly show this to my child. Um, it seems like every single time I record, I have to get up and cut, and it's really pissing me off. I really just like to be left by my lonesome, uninterrupted. That's just me personally. I have to live with it though. That being said, if it happens again, I'm gonna ram my head through that window and blow this house up and everything in it. But no, yeah, surprisingly great movie. Um, Good animation, great performances. A little raunchy, very sexual. Chuck, the yellow triangular bird, he's a straight up gay representation. That's crazy. We were watching that last night, and he's very homosexual, not in a bad way, and in a very inspiring way. Surprising amount of homosexual representation in the Angry Birds movie, if you keep your eye peeled, actually. I'm surprised it didn't show up on anybody's radar. Um, Maybe because woke channels, the Go Woke, Go Broke type crowd channels, maybe would finally get the piss made fun out of them if they had those thumbnails that they would put on like Ray from Star Wars, and I can't even think of anything else that they would talk about. That seems to be the only thing that they talk about. Um, and just putting like googly eyes and like a red circle around an Angry Bird and saying like "Go woke, go broke, Angry Birds." Like, there's got to be a point where that's just absolutely too absurd. Other than where it is at right now, which is already way too absurd. Irony, man, real world irony is something else. Surprisingly decent movie though. Great music. It uses the theme song a lot without it being very annoying. It uses like the first 4 or 5 notes of the theme song very consistently without it being very overbearing. And um it's just a good, clean, tight movie. It's nothing special, it's nothing revolutionary. It's just if if you liked Angry Birds as a kid, or for some reason you still like Angry Birds now, you can go into the movie and with any expectations and legitimately just be completely satisfied. It's the Angry Birds movie. It's exactly what you think it is. And that is not a bad thing at all. That's exactly what I had to say about Stripes, which by the way, this reminded me of Stripes a couple times, and it's not just because I just watched it, but not to spoil it, but to kind of get a little spoilery for for Stripes. It opens up with a character working his 9 to 5 job, gets very angry, quits his job, wants something better. Um, and then the only other comparison I have is towards the end, one of the characters shows up in an RV and saves the day. Um, maybe I'll make a video essay on that. How Angry Birds and Stripes are the exact same movie. That would be pretty cool. It would also be incredibly hard and difficult, and that's why I would like to do it. Um, but nah, easy 3.5 star out of five. Just like a nice, good lower seven. It's just a completely fine movie. I'll probably flick it on again, but because of how decent the first movie was, I'm excited to see what the second movie has in store. I'm excited because people call that one the good one. So I'm like, well, if I like the first one, how good is the second one gonna be? Um, Also, the movie is incredibly vibrant and pretty. It's something that I would actually like to see on its full quality, similar to Blu-ray. Not, it's not on the top of my list now, of course. Imagine how weird it would be if I prioritized getting Angry Birds on Blu-ray over over something like Barton Finker's Chef or something like that. That'd be weird. Um, but nah, it's definitely something I'd like to get in the future. I'd love to see that in like its full vibrant quality. I'd love to see more behind the scenes of that. It's a very fun movie. Um, and I'm excited to watch the sequel. I guess 3 years after that, and 3 years after, I guess there was going to be an Angry Birds 3. I'm assuming on the timeline, it would have already happened. I was assuming that it was as much as of a success for the first one to warrant another sequel. I doubt it though. I doubt it would happen. As is life, that's perfectly fine, perfectly okay. I don't think the world's going to be hurting without an Angry Birds 3. However, maybe I'll be whistling a different tune once I see the sequel, wanting more and more. Um, wow, I'm like about to sneeze, but not really. I have my window open so my plant can get some sunlight because I'm trying to get as much sunlight as I can in the day. And also, just in my house, I've been told that mold is killed by sunlight. So, whenever. There it is. Oh, there it is. So, whenever I get the chance for sunlight to be shining on my house, always open up the window just to try to get some sunlight in as much as I can. Um, no, there wasn't that much yesterday. I guess we'll just talk about what I'm about to do today, and then towards the end of this day, I'll go on a bike ride, watch another movie, and then just update you then. And I'll try it. I will watch it early this time. I'm not gonna wait till like 9 p.m. or like cause no, cause like last time I said I can't wait till like 10 p.m. to watch a movie. So this time I watched a movie at like 8 or 9, but I watched it with friends. Might have also been another reason why I put Angry Birds so high. But I watched the movie with friends, and you can't watch a movie with friends without having at least like an hour long discussion afterwards. Um, so the plan today is um, I put in an application for a movie theater near me, and I'd love to let them know how eager I am for the job. Just not to get the job immediately, but just in case somebody else tries to come in and swoop the job from under me. So I put in an application a couple days ago, and I'm gonna go in today, and I'm just gonna tell them, hey, I'm here to put a face to the name, and I'm really interested in the job, just so I can have another form of stable income. Um, Sunday, I'll go in and put my 2 weeks notice of my old job, which I'm not getting any days at, so it doesn't really matter. Um, but I'll put in my 2 weeks just for good sportsmanship, I suppose. Also, because I'm told that I won't be allowed to work at that company again for at least another year or two, unless I put in that 2 weeks. So, just in case shit hits the fan, I have as many doors open as I possibly can. I think I already said in one to two. I'm not doing I'm not doing well enough to be burning bridges just yet. But the second that I am, trust me, I will. I will. I hate that store with every atom of my being. Um, let's see. Need to go put a face to the name and the job. Uh, I would not a April goal, but I am trying to completely catch myself up on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Just been kind of flipping through the episodes as quickly as I can. I'm already up to about season 6. I'd like to knock out more. I haven't watched it in a couple weeks, a few weeks actually, I think. And the show's actually very giving me a lot of creative inspiration. very familiar show that I can use to help myself relax. Oh, there's a squirrel outside my window. No, he already ran by. Yeah, no, I'll probably flick that on. Let's see. I'm gonna try to premeditatively decide what movie I'm gonna watch for tonight. You know what my eyes immediately went to when I looked over at my shelf? Jaws 2. I love Jaws 1. Seeing Jaws 2 would probably be a treat tonight. I'm probably gonna go. Actually, I'm probably going to watch Jaws 2. I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm just gonna assume it's 2 hours. I can't imagine a Spielberg flick being anything more than 2 hours. I say that, but I haven't even seen most of his movies. There's probably a few in there that are a good few hours. Um, I don't know. I guess can't. Well, I've already embarrassed myself by saying I can't imagine a Spielberg flick being more than 2 hours. So let's just go ahead and pop it out of the shelf and see how long it is. This one is uh, an hour and 56 minutes. It's about 2 hours. You know what I like? You know what I like about Jaws 2? That particular Jaws Blu ray didn't sit me down and tell me that that thing was 116 minutes. It didn't sit down and tell me. It said an hour and 56 minutes. That's spectacular because I don't work off of minutes. I work on hours plus minutes. That's a bar. No, but I work on hours plus minutes. So I'll probably let's see. I'll do my bike ride at 6:30. Probably come home towards 7:30. Just immediately start that movie. Knock it out till 8. Knock it out till 9:30. Record the Tatio. Upload it all before bed. That's probably so. The last bit of my day is gonna be very tightly scheduled. Be very spoken for. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having some more order in my life. Time's just been melting since I've been basically unemployed. Just everything melts. It just doesn't feel like I'm getting anything done. It's not that I need work or job in my life. I need a schedule, and because I'm not working on anything right now actively, I don't have a schedule. I could easily give myself one. I don't need a job for it. But lack of money coming in the door is definitely also not very comforting because I just know whatever money I'm sitting on right now is just gonna get lower and lower. But at the same time, I'm learning to deal with it. I'm actually getting pretty better at it. Things aren't as hard anymore. There's that same goddamn squirrel again. He's on the other side of the fence. So, movie bike ride, going to the theater today. I don't even have a contingency plan if the theater doesn't work. Um, Maybe I should. Um, I can't think of anywhere else I'd like to work that's within reasonable driving distance, to be fully honest with you. I can tell you this, I'd love to clean up around here because it fucking sucks. I've cleaned this couch that I sit on, but I already dirtied it last night watching Angry Birds. Just look at this filth. There's chopsticks next to me, and the tips of them are bright neon orange because I use them to eat Cheetos because I don't like to get the dust on my fingers. And they're bright orange. They're comically orange. And I put that on my body. Jeez. And I still have a bag left that I know I'm gonna eat. It's of the flaming hot fries, the Chester's flaming hot fries. I don't even like it. I know I'm just gonna still eat it. It's terrible. It's awful. I think I'll pull out a chicken thigh tonight and just preparation for making myself an actual meal, a real meal. What else do I want to do? I'd love to move around and organize my media, but really, what other way can I do it? I've done it by size, I've done it by color, I've done it by order of me buying it, I've done it by alphabetized, I've done it by format. I have some comic books in the corner. Maybe I'll sell those. I don't read them ever. I have no desire to read them. They're all pretty cool. I'm not gonna get any enjoyment out of them. Ugh. Probably the only other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up from here right now the second I'm done, draw a thumbnail, and just start the uploading process and just go take a shower. And when I come back, I have a very, very, very bad problem with leaving people on red. So I'm just going to go reply to everybody I know I need to reply to. Just get that out of the way because I feel like a dick when I leave people on red. Hopefully next time you hear from me, I'll have a bit more of a peppy attitude, and hopefully I'll actually upload the fifth today, so I can go ahead and you know, be on schedule.